Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. This is Matt with Coyote Creek Archery. In this video, I want to talk to you about the 2024 Bowtech Carbon ONE X. It is, for 2024, it is their new flagship carbon risered bow, built off of the same platform that they had in 2023, the Carbon ONE. This bow is 33 inches axle to axle, where the Carbon ONE was 30 inches axle to axle. We've got a different cam on here, and just a great looking bow and a great shooting bow. When they first came out with the Carbon ONE, I really liked the look of this riser. I thought it was just a tough, aggressive, and kind of a futuristic looking riser. I just really liked the way it looked, and I really liked how the bow held and shot, and I think this bow is going to be no different. Looking at the specs of this bow, like I said, it was 33 inches axle to axle, so you've got a little bit more stability there than what you had before. Some people prefer that. You're going to get a little bit of not so much of a steep string angle, a little shallower string angle at full draw, especially if you're someone that has a little bit longer draw length. Speaking of draw length, this bow adjusts from 25.5 up to 30.5 inches with a rotating module. And on that module, again, you've got the flip disc where you can switch from comfort to performance, whichever you prefer to shoot that on. And we'll talk about that here a little bit later on. Advertised speed of 339 feet per second, so pretty respectable on the speeds. Brace height of 6 1/8 of an inch. And these newer bows, people really look at that brace height and say, man, that's a short brace height. That bow should be not as forgiving, but we've got a wider limb pocket. We've got a longer axle to axle. You've got a very forgiving bow. And so brace height, I don't think means quite as much as what it used to. I could be wrong there, but I think bow manufacturers have done some things to these bows to make them more forgiving, where that brace height being 6 1/8 of an inch is not a critical feature. 4.5 pounds on the physical weight, and comes in peak draw weights of 50, 60, and 70 pounds. This bow here is a 70-pound bow, and I will shoot it at 60 pounds. I've got it turned down exactly to 60 pounds. Comes in a new color this year, which is this Mossy Oak Country DNA. So a camouflage color for the riser, but it also comes in the 4 solid colors: the black, the FDE, the OD green, and the smoke gray that you can get from Bowtech as well. So like all of the Bowtech bows, there's lots of technology in this bow, starting with the cams. Like I mentioned, we have the flip disc, so you can switch between comfort and performance, but you also have the ability to have a wide range of draw length adjustments in half-inch increments with both top and bottom cam to fit a wide range of people. This cam here, I believe, is the same cam that's on the Iwasaki Gen 3 and also on the Core SR. Has this little bit smaller cam. The Core SS has a larger cam, same shape, same profile, but it's a little bit larger. So that's the cam that is on here. We do have the time lock, where it's real simple to adjust your timing of those cams, and deadlock, like you see on all of the Bowtech flagship bows. The cable, if you can see that, I'll hide behind this. You can see where that's looks more like what you used to see on the CP28, the SR350, Solution SS, going back. Those bows, the cable was routed in this, I call it kind of an S configuration. They changed that last year with their cam on the CP30 and the SS34, and they went back to the way that they had that previously. I've got a CP30. I have not had any issues with the that cam and that bow. It shoots flawless, and those strings look like they're brand new. But they did make that change here. We've got a nice sturdy aluminum bracket here that the limbs are bolting to, and that gives you lots of options for mounting accessories like this orbit dampener that is actually set inside of the riser. But you've got a bracket here where you can mount those. It does have the locking limb pockets as well, so you can lock that in place so that's a rock solid limb pocket. You do have a place for 2-piece quiver, or the new Bowtech branded quiver that's made by Tight Spot. You can mount that right here into the riser as well. We've got double burger holes We've got the flex guard for our cable, and we do have a dovetail mount. And I don't know if I mentioned that on the core series of bows, but they have the dovetail mount as well. And this is actually dovetail mounted um, octane octagon rest. They're brush rest, but it is mounted to to integrate the dovetail there on the backside. So that's kind of a nice feature to have as well. Clutch grip. This bow does not have the grip lock, and being that it's a carbon riser, I'm sure it would be difficult to have that mechanism on the inside and run that hole through the center. So we've got the clutch grip on here, updated string stop, and then the same tech going down the bow. But really a great feeling bow, great looking bow, and I'm excited to shoot it and see what numbers this puts up and see what the draw cycle feels like. So let's go take a look at that. So if you've seen my previous videos that I did on the Core SS and the Core SR, also new for Bowtech for 2024, there was a clicking noise. And I didn't notice that when I was shooting the bows, but when I went to edit the videos, there was a kind of a loud clicking noise that would come back every time I would reach full draw. I thought that might have been the release. It was not the bow for sure. It could have been my microphone running into my zipper on my vest or something like that when I was drawing back. But I'm going to use a wrist strap versus the handheld release that I had before. And hopefully we don't have that clicking noise in here. I can't tell you it's not the bow because I've shot those bows several times and never noticed that noise at all. So I'm guessing it's something with my microphone that I've got here, maybe hitting the zipper on my vest. Maybe my release was making a bit of noise as well, but was not the bows. But we're going to try a different release here. This is a B3 claw release with a little bit of a hook, okay? Hook style release. Really nice release from B3. We're going to use this instead and make sure that we're eliminating some of those variables in the shot. So this bow, like always, 28 inches on the draw length. We are on comfort, and 60 pounds is what I've got the limb set to. And let's take a look at what this bow looks like to draw and to let down, and then we'll see what we get for speed. So that is just very, very smooth all the way through. It feels very similar to that Core SS. Super smooth on the draw cycle. Let's let this down. Okay, deep valley there, and there's just a little bit to get over that hump, to get it to walk forward. Not super aggressive, but there is a little bit there. So you've got a nice let off, a nice solid back wall with these cable stops. But you've got a lot of let off there where you can sit there for a long time if you need to for a hunting situation. And that's how these hunting bows are set up and what they're designed to do. So draw cycle feels great. Very smooth and very linear all the way through. Even though it's the same cam that's what's on the Core SR, I don't notice any aggressive dump or anything like that into the valley. And the Core SR is pretty smooth, but there is a little bit of a dump at the back end being a speed bow. This bow here, you don't notice that at all. So watch again, then I'll take a shot and see what I feel. But as you can see, just super smooth all the way through. And then as we shoot this, very little vibration. Carbon bow does feel a little bit different than an aluminum bow, obviously, because it is a carbon riser. There's just a little bit of a thud at the shot, and then it's pretty dead after that. And that's one of the advantages of the carbon riser. It's just a very dead shot. So feels really nice. This is a great shooting bow. It feels really nice in the hand, super smooth to draw, and the shot feels great as well. It gives me a lot of confidence. This is a bow I feel like I could hunt with and have a lot of confidence in when I'm hunting with it. So really like that. I'm going to set up my chronograph. We're going to see what speeds we get on comfort, and then I'll flip those modules over to performance. We'll see what the draw cycle looks like and see what our speed difference is there. All right, so on the chronograph, same setup that I always use. We are, this is the Bowtech Carbon ONE X, 60 pounds, 28 inches, and 410 grain arrow. This is a Gold Tip Hunter XT, 300 spine, 100 grain point. So right at about 410 grains with this. Just your typical hunting arrow. Someone that's out hunting is going to use a setup somewhat similar to this. I think probably the majority of people are going to see something similar to that. So let's shoot this and see what we get on comfort. This is the comfort setting on the module. Yes, very nice draw. Very nice draw cycle. Bow's quiet too. 254. So 254 was our speed we got on this with comfort. I'm going to shoot it one more time, see if we can duplicate that. Okay, so this is shot number 2 on comfort setting. I did mention this bow seemed very quiet, that last shot. I know it's probably hard to notice in the video because I'm shooting a target that's probably less than 10 feet away, shooting through the chronograph. So you're going to get that noise of the target, the arrow hitting the target. But from my perspective, shooting the bow, it seems very quiet as well. So we'll shoot one more. We were 254 on that first shot. Let's see what we get this time. Yeah. Comfort is very smooth drawing. The bow is very steady and holds very well. That full draw. Duplicate, 254 again. That's what I like about this bow. It is a carbon bow and it's 4.5 pounds, but it's not super light to where it's not steady at the shot. That bow just holds. And with this aluminum bracketing out here, that weight gets out towards the perimeter where it's going to make that bow more stable, more difficult for you to torque on the shot and that type of thing. So that's what I really like about this. So 254 on comfort. I'm going to flip these modules over to performance, and I'm guessing we're going to be 263, 264, typically right where we're at. But we'll see what the draw cycle looks like as well. Okay, so we're switched over to performance. Those of you that are not aware, let me get this arrow out of my face. Very simple to do. You've got 3 screws. 1, 2, 3, top and bottom. Take those out, flip that module to the other side. Now this module says performance. Okay, and do that the same top and bottom. Very easy to do. And we're going to shoot it again. I expect the draw cycle to be a little bit different, a little bit more of a dump at the back end, but probably not going to be too bad. And we typically pick up 9 to 10 feet per second. So let's see what we get on performance. Again, I'm not shooting for speed yet, even though the chronograph's set up, but I am 60 pounds, 28-inch draw, and the arrow is 410 grains. So right there it builds up. There's a little bit of a dump, but it's really pretty mild. It's not super aggressive at all. Let's let this down. You can tell the valley is a lot shorter. So when I was on comfort, I could sit back in that valley, and I really had to kind of push it a little bit to get it to go over that valley. Not bad, but there was quite a bit of let off there. This bow here, you can tell that valley is shorter and it wants to go. So it's going to be, it's going to keep you honest. You're going to have to be pulling through the shot because it is wanting to go. I don't have to have any push on that to get it to go forward. So just personal preference. That's what's great about these bows is they give you the option to set this up how you want it, which is really nice. So look at that draw cycle again, then we'll shoot. Right there, it just builds up, and just a little slight dump at the back end. So performance is really pretty nice on this bow. Let's shoot for speed. 263, just like I had thought. So we gained about 9 feet per second. We'll shoot it again, make sure we can match that up, and then we'll finish this up. All right, this is our second shot on performance. Bowtech Carbon ONE X. I have performance setting on the modules, 28-inch draw length, 60 pounds, and a 410 grain arrow. Let's see what we get. We were 263 last time. We should be real close to that again. Yeah, that performance draw is not bad at all. Duplicate. So 263 feet per second on our second shot. So this bow impresses me. The Carbon ONE was nice, but this bow is better in my opinion. I like the longer axle to axle. This cam just is a really nice drawing cam. Even on performance, the draw cycle was really pretty pleasant. And now you've got the time lock, and the bow seems a little bit more dead to me than the Carbon ONE did even. So really, I am very impressed with this bow. Very nice shooting, very smooth drawing bow, and Bowtech did a great job on this. I like the looks of it. I like the feel of it and the way that it shoots. And if I was in the market for a carbon bow, this is definitely would be top of my list to come check out. So make sure you do that as well. Don't just take my word for this. Make sure you go to your local Bowtech dealer and check these out. That's what they're for. These are demo bows, and you need to get out there and demo them and just see what they're all about. So if you have any questions, you can always contact me. My information's on my website, coyotecreekarchery.com. If you have any questions, if you're local, make sure you stop in and see what these bows are all about. I would love to help you out. And anyway, hopefully this video was helpful to you, help you to make an informed decision, help you learn something. And again, if you have any questions, let me know. But folks, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.